Social media is unquestionably a massive part of our world. When I asked my class how many social media accounts do you have, every single respondent said they had at least 2 social media accounts. I'd imagine everyone in this class uses social media heavily, whether it's posting a cute picture of your dog or watching a video of your friend Jessica acting stupid. However, many people are unaware of the addiction they're forming with all this time on social media, the harm this addiction could cause, and the need for a break. I believe everyone should reduce the amount of time they use social media, and in particular should take one day a week break from it. Since we all use social media, we should also all be educated on the benefits of taking an occasional break from it. I've struggled with this problem myself, I've made great strides to improve myself, and I've researched this topic extensively to be credible for this speech. It's important to know the negative effects of social media and just how dangerous they can be. Once we educate ourselves on that, we can put together a plan to take a step back from social media. Let's first examine the effect social media has on us. According to my survey, 75% of you said you spent at least 2 hours when asked how much time do you spend on social media per day. This aligns with a 2019 article by Medium.com that says 45% of the world's population uses social media, and these people use social media for an average of 2 hours and 23 minutes per day. And as you can see, this number has only been rising. This shows that social media is a large part of the daily lives for nearly half the world. So now that we know just how much the world uses social media, let's look at the negative influence it can have. A 2018 article by BBC.com shares results from a survey of 1,700 people, which found a threefold risk of depression and anxiety among people who use most social media platforms. A 2018 article from the Indian journal Psychiatry says that many researchers believe that the increase in social media is directly correlated to the increase in suicide and self-harm among teenagers. Also, the Minnesota Department of Health said in the article TV, Screen Time and Health that the Mayo Clinic has linked excessive screen time to both obesity and irregular sleep. And we all know how easily an hour can turn into 2 or 3 on social media when you really ought to be sleeping. Because we all use our phones and social media excessively, and because we are in the age demographic social media targets the most, this entire class needs to acknowledge these issues. Now that we see just how scary the problem is, and how ingrained in our culture it is, we need to look at some ways we can hope to fix it. First, we'll look at a small step we can use to decrease our social media use: turning notifications off. This might not seem like a big step at first, but trust me, it will add up. As someone who used this personally, I cannot stress the importance of it enough. You will be shocked how you go from checking your phone every 10 minutes to every 20 minutes, where you don't have a pop-up or a vibration telling you of every new message. David Pierce of Wired.com wrote a piece about turning off notifications and said it put him back in control, and he's a far happier person for it. Just imagine being able to go through class without feeling your phone vibrate 6 times, or to be able to go out with your friends without getting a ding every 6 minutes because you have a new text message from someone. However, just doing this might not be enough. We need to do more to take a step back. When I asked the question, how long do you think you could go without using your phone for anything but school or emergencies, 5 of my 8 respondents said times less than a week, with responses such as probably a day because I always use my phone, or a day because I'd miss texting my friends or watching oddly satisfying videos. So I'm going to ask you to do just that. Go 1 day a week without social media. Ben Peck of this.com went a week without social media and said by the end he had a better attention span and realized he didn't feel as if he were missing out on as much as he thought he would. This shows the positive effects a break from social media can have. However, I want to change if it lasts more than just that 1 week. I want something that you can do continually, which is why I propose 1 day a week, every week. When I asked the question, what is something you would get done if you had an extra hour every week, I got several responses, such as learn a new language, spend more time outside, work out, and an art project I saw on social media. So imagine just that. Imagine 1 day a week where you're suddenly gifted an extra hour or even 2. You can go for a walk outside, you can get a quick workout in, you could finally finish that project that's been sitting half done in a corner for a month. You start using this hour every week to try new things or pick up a new hobby. Maybe you learn how to cook, or maybe you rediscover your love of reading. Either way, you're just feeling in a better mood because of whatever you decided to do. Because regardless of what you do, you're going to use that extra hour a week to become happier and more fulfilled with your life. This is what we can do when we take 1 day a week off social media. You now have a knowledge of the problem and a knowledge of how to fix it. But let's go back and review just to make sure you know what to do with this information. From our survey, we've identified that many people in this class have a problem with too much social media, and from our research, we've seen the negative influences social media can have. As a 2017 article by Forbes says, part of the problem with social media is we keep coming back to it, like a drug, so it's clear we need a solution to this problem. This is why you must start taking steps to reduce your social media use. First, turn off unnecessary notifications, which is an easy step that's just as simple as going to your settings and flicking notifications off. It takes 5 seconds, but it'll have a big impact. But most importantly, you should take 1 day a week as a complete break from social media. Put your phone away completely if you have to. You should use this time to do something that makes you feel more accomplished with your day, and in turn more accomplished with your week, which will lead to a more accomplished life in general. Hopefully now you are convinced of the need for a generation to start taking a break from social media. Start with 1 day a week. Maybe 1 turns into 2. Maybe 2 turns into 3. And maybe you'll realize seeing videos of Jessica getting drunk on a Tuesday night isn't so important after all. Thank you.